We are back. We're kicking off 6.3 with Once More Unto the Void. If you and the others are ready as well, I would set forth for the Void once more. Excellent. I shall inform Mistola and Istinian, and then go to collect my other vessel from the Alchemists. In the meantime, might I ask you to fetch Zero? She was absent when I visited her chambers earlier, but I suspect you will find her in the corridor connecting Yuj and Kama. It seems she's grown partial to the view of the city it affords. Once we have attended to our respective tasks, let us gather here.
Everyone is so carefree. Unafraid and unconcerned in spite of their weakness, and how easily their lives could be torn apart in an instant. Such luxury is a loss to us. We have no hopes or dreams, and even the release of death. Only hunger. Others are a means to an end, at times a literal one. We forge covenants with men and come here to feed, or to die. I thought it would be no different when I was summoned by Xenos. Lives were tools to him, to be used and discarded at whim. In that respect, he was a void-sent at heart. But towards you, and you alone, he behaved differently. And I cannot fathom why. What was it that drove him? What made him choose such an end? But enough about that man. He is dead and we are all better for it. Why are you here? Was there something you needed? So you're heading back now. Then as per our bargain, I will go as well.
Everyone is here? Good. Let us set forth for the Void once more.
What is it? He's calling.
What is the meaning of this?
Unless I'm mistaken, that was intended for one of your kin. Who?
It was for the briefest of moments, but I felt her. Azdaja.
I thought she was in the Void.
As did I. Yet the presence was unmistakable. Thus did I call out, only for it to fade and vanish.
Perhaps she crossed over to the source, then immediately turned back.
I do not know. Could she have found a way home?
The how of it aside, if she was indeed in the source, there may be clues where she came through that could lead us back to her. Where exactly was it that you felt her presence?
Far to the north. That was all I could discern.
The north, you say? Beyond the bounty? GARLEMALD?
As good a place to start as any. My apologies, Zero, but your return to the Void will have to wait.
I told you before that I have no reason to go back there. Do as you will.
All right. I presume you wish to stay here in Radzatan until we return?
You've kept me amply fed. I wouldn't be averse to helping you on your search.
If Azdaja was indeed here, other Voidsent may have made the journey as well. Very well. We would welcome your company.
If it's decided, then I'll contact our associates in GARLEMALD. It's me. Still talking everyone's ears off, I trust? Understood. We'll see you there. We're to rendezvous at Tertium.
Nice little title card reveal. Oh, we got a free teleport. Nice.
My friends, 'tis good to see you again. The Allied nations continue to send supplies, which allow us to meet basic needs such as food and shelter. Meanwhile, Euless and a number of soldiers have begun a restoration initiative, with more and more volunteers joining by the day.
Like Alphino said, they've got a long road ahead of them. But we'll get there together, one step at a time.
Though you yourself helped them take one especially big step, didn't you? In vanquishing that blasphemy in the Tower of Babel?
Nice. They gave me some dialogue for completing the role quests.
Thank you. I can only hope that your deed will help the people to find peace and closure.
But enough about events here. What brings you to us? And with new company, besides. The 13th. After traveling to the edge of existence, I thought you'd keep your escapades closer to home for a while. But I suppose there's no stopping you. Not that I'm one to talk, of course.
The heart of an adventurer cannot be denied.
You could have at least invited me too. Surely there was room enough for me and Grahar in the undersea vault.
You were busy.
I know, I know. I only meant to tease. Mostly. But on a more serious note, are we sure it's wise to keep Xenos' former avatar around? I understand how you came to work together, but nevertheless...
You're right to be cautious. I'm a Voidsent, after all. But do not conflate me with Xenos. To recall my time in his service, it angers me.
Is that so? I think we'll get along just fine, you and I.
Interesting that they did not have a dialogue box for that.
Now that we are all caught up, to the matter at hand. As we were about to resume our search in the void, I felt the presence of my sister Azdaja in the source. Somewhere in the far north, perhaps even here in GARLEMALD. If you have seen or heard anything out of the ordinary, I must know.
As a matter of fact, we may have. In recent days, we have had to contend with a surprising number of voidsent. And not the lesser kind that occasionally manifest, but ones possessed of considerable power.
You think they might have been summoned? By whom?
We're not sure. But as Euless reminded us, practitioners of a certain traditional Garlean art rely upon void-sent servants. The very same I believe you have mastered. While there are no known Reapers left in GARLEMALD, we can't rule out the possibility that some are working in secret.
To summon not one, but several powerful voidsent is no small feat. But if Azdaja was indeed called from the void...
Then it is likely the same party is responsible. Alternatively, the etheric confluence at the Tower of Babel may have triggered an expansion of natural fissures one could use to cross over. But I think that improbable, if not impossible.
Then we must assume these events have indeed been orchestrated.
Well, summoned or no, we've been trying to track them to their origin. It's the mountains to the east, we think.
Can you guide us there?
I would, but the terrain is too difficult to traverse on foot. Nor is flying an option due to the winds.
Too much ground to cover in any case. Is there no way to narrow it down?
There is one place we thought to look first. An isolated village rumored to have once been home to a Reaper order.
That would indeed make an excellent start. Though the question of how to get there remains.
Euless may be of assistance. Let us return to Camp Broken Glass and consult him.
Apologies if we interrupt, Euless, but there's a matter we wish to discuss. We just finished our routine briefing, so you come at a good time. Is this about the voidsent? It is. From what we can discern, they're coming from the mountains to the east. Practitioners of the Reaper's arts once lived in that area, did they not? Yes, they had a village there in the Lapis Manalis caverns. Scythe wielders forged pacts with voidsent, took to battle with the beings at their side. For a time, they played an invaluable role in our military, but the advent of Magitech saw them fall out of favor. When some were unmasked as insurrectionists, the order was outlawed. The village is believed to be long abandoned. Speaking of their art, seems you've picked it up. Who was it that taught you? Well, I suppose it's neither here nor now. Neither here nor there now. My sister has been taken captive by a voidsent. I sensed her presence in the land, and have come in search of her. If voidsent have been sighted here, then I believe there is a connection. We should like to investigate these caverns you mentioned, but Alphanod tells us they are not easily reached. I'm afraid so. Deep snow and tumultuous winds rule out walking and flying. If you want to get anywhere, you're going to need Magitech snowcraft. Alas, the last functional one we had has broken down. Should still be over in Cerulean Ingots, where it was abandoned. Is there anyone who could fix it? Perhaps the former engineers at Tapper's Den. Their duty included transporting cerulean tanks to Juturna Platform G using snowcraft. I expect they had to maintain a few over the years. It's worth looking into, I'd say. In the course of delivering provisions, I've come to know the people there quite well. They can help us. I'm sure they will. May I ask that you accompany her? Given the presence of Voidsent, it's best that we avoid traveling alone. In the meantime, will you not tell me more about the mountain? I would like to learn as much as I can before commencing our search in earnest. Come with me. I'll introduce you to someone who's well versed in the local geography. Alice, was it? I wish to speak to you. In that case, why don't you come with us to Tapper's Den? We can chat on the way. I wonder if she's going to apologize because she was the one who attacked Alice in her Reaper avatar form.
What was it you wished to talk about?
Why do you help these people? What is it that you stand to gain?
I'm sorry?
You don't act on behalf of a higher power, nor are you bound by a contract. In spite of this, you help them. Why?
And there I thought it was something serious. I help them because I want to. Because it's the right thing to do.
But what do you stand to gain? You didn't answer the question.
Didn't I? I followed my heart. What I got out of it came after.
To act not out of obligation or in pursuit of gain. To simply live. And they survive like this.
Wait, I know you. You're the one who roughed up the guards. After you left, your contingent friends came along. Our lives are a lot easier now thanks to them. They understood our plight and offered to help, whether we wanted to stay here or return home. For that, I'm truly grateful. That said, we were actually hoping to ask a favor of you today. We need a Magitech snowcraft repaired. The one abandoned in Cerulean Ignorance. We were told you might be up to the task. Huh. So you want to ride the mammoth? So we took to calling the crafts on account of their size. As often as I use them as rigs, I know a thing or two about their maintenance. See if I can get your mammoth roaring again. It's the least I can do to repay your kindness. Wonderful. Please come with us back to Camp Broken Glass. We'll take it from there. So far, so good, Caslo. Let's be on our way. I presume this is the engineer who will help us with the craft? Do everything I can to get her up and running again. But I doubt I'll be able to do so quickly, at least on my own. The mammoth is big, so are its parts. Some strong backs should make the work go faster. You have Oz. You finished learning about the mountain, I take it? Aye. We have a solid grasp on the area, as well as the site of the snowcraft. My back is perhaps not as strong as some. I should be glad to stand guard for Voidsent and other unruly wildlife. Much obliged, miss. Let's head over to the mammoth and assess what needs fixing. We have matters well in hand, which means we can resume our duties. Would you care to assist us, Castle? How about you, Zero? I'll assist you as well, as payment for answering my question. It's hardly something that demands payment, but we'd be glad for your contribution nonetheless.
Thank you, miss. Thank you. This feels strangely familiar.
Excuse me, Alphino. My wife, she's come down with a high fever. Do you think you could take a look at her?
Of course. Give me a moment. Zero, may I leave the rest here to you?
Fine by me.
Thank you again for your help. Zero, was it? I take it you're one of Alphino's comrades?
Comrade? We've entered into a cooperative pact, if that's what you mean.
Pact? No, nothing so formal. What I mean is, you must know each other well. Be on good terms, enjoy each other's company, that sort of thing.
Then no, he's not my comrade. I have none. Nor will I ever, I think.
Oh.
Hitting the wrong button.
Did I say something odd?
No, not at all. On the contrary, it makes sense. When Alphino and the contingent first arrived, we rejected them out of hand. Whatever they may have claimed, they were the enemy. Savages with their savage ways. To accept their help was to admit defeat. But no matter how poorly we treated them, they didn't turn their backs on us. They stayed and listened. That's just the kind of people they are. Makes sense they'd get along with someone like you who tries to push others away.
Get along. I'm upholding my part of the bargain. There's nothing more to it than that.
If you say so. Ah, I'd nearly forgotten why I came. Are you hungry? We all get rations, and considering the work you're doing, you're as good as one of us.
I am running low on ether. Very well.
Azim steppe-style dumplings. Buts, they call them. Never had a dumpling. It's like a kind of bread stuffed with a filling, meat or vegetables usually, that you bake or steam. We have our own recipes in GARLEMALD too. My mother liked to make them. My brother and sister always fought over the jam-filled ones. Just think of it as bread, all right?
Showing off those animations.
I should warn you though, they're spicy. Helps them keep longer, I assume. Too much for the children to handle though.
Interesting.
Interesting good, or interesting...
I don't know much about taste. Not anymore. But I do feel a sensation in my mouth.
Is that a bad thing?
Not necessarily.
That's enough for me. I've heard it said that spices are more akin to fire than flavors. Perhaps that makes them easier to understand.
Oh, Euless, getting acquainted with Zero, are we?
I suppose I am.
No harm in that. Acquaint away.
Ah, everyone is here. Excellent. Thank you all for your hard work. I've just finished up myself. Shall we go and find Estinian?
Alphino! Alizé!
Forgive me for the interruption, but I come with grave news. A horde of Voidsen are approaching from the mountains to the east. The numbers are beyond anything we've ever seen. What? But Ishtola and the others. Anyone outside Tertium is in danger. It was fine to bring them all here at once. Can we count on your aid, Zero? I've already settled the debt for my question. Not obligated to help. What's more, death in this world is absolute. You ask me to put my life on the line. Without suitable payment, I'll do no such thing. That's fair. What we have to offer that might be enough. You're right, Zero. You're not obligated to help, and I wouldn't presume otherwise. Nevertheless, we are in aid. Assuming the booze I gave you is worth anything, would you at least be willing to stand watch at this encampment? That way more of us will be able to go out and see the people to safety. Very well. Unless we come under attack, I'll do no more than stand watch. I dare say Tertium will be safe enough with Zero here. Let us go and find Ishtola and the others, and assist with the evacuation. That's going to lead to the scene from the trailer, with Zero running out of energy.
Report. Lost contact. When? Void sent. I'd bet my life on it. Understood. I'll investigate at once. A unit transporting supplies has gone silent en route to Broken Glass. I will go and search for it. Stay here and keep watch. But be ready to answer my call.
If it was Void sent, you'd be a fool to go alone. They'll find you before you find your men, and then they'll devour you as well.
Perhaps you're right. Perhaps I don't stand a chance, but I can't just abandon them.
I can't repay you for the bread if you're dead. I'll go.
What? No! I couldn't possibly ask you to do that.
I'm far better suited to dealing with Voidsent. It makes sense. Or do you mean to say you'd rather I stay here because you can't protect this place on your own?
Ah. Fine. Just don't do anything stupid. Promise me.
Damn these demons!
Return to the camp. Now.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Kindred, why do you interfere? Ah, of course. You sold your soul to feed.
I have taken bread, but my soul is forever mine.
Is it going to be a roleplay duty? Yep.
A deal is a deal. I...
Oh shit. That window's so short.
How big must the gate be for their light to come through? Is this it then? Just like that time. When light still shone upon the world. When the Contra Memoria still raged.
Stand aside if you value your life.
We're only after women and wine. Darkness can take the rest.
You're not taking another step towards that village.
That's the Final Fantasy IV theme in the background.
Stupid girl. You were warned.
Okay. So that confirms that they can absorb the power out of the crystals.
Gotcha. And now we can get back to our business.
Get up, damn you! Too weak. I need help. Someone, please. The same mistakes, the same ends. Again and again. What should I? What could I have done? What? Who? You. What are you doing here?
Y'shtola and Estinian had matters well in hand, so we went where we were needed.
Can you stand?
We're a little late, but we've come to help you.
All right. I will let it burn. This fire in my breast. Let it burn and rage and guide.
Thank goodness we're not too late. Can you still fight?
Alright, only 15% to go.
This has gone on long enough. I will finish it. Now!
Let's buy her some time.
I am your end!
Well done!
There we go.
You did well to find me out here.
We have Euless to thank for that. He was quite worried when he called.
Would have been more casualties if not for you.
No. If it was not for you and the others,
Well, let's not fuss over details. We should return to Tertium. Can you make it that far?
I think so.